Bee species and populations are in decline. Research suggests that a third of the UK bee population is thought to have vanished in the last 10 years, and since 1900, the UK has lost 13 out of 35 native bee species. These are really frightening figures, and they are continuing. But instead of taking action to protect our bees in a meaningful way, I'm concerned that the government has chosen instead to temporarily lift the ban on Cruiser SB, which is a neonicitinoid pesticide that is banned under UK law, except for certain exceptions that can be authorised in the event of an emergency. This is not just a step in the wrong direction for our bees. It is a dramatic fall and an erosion of our overall steps towards being a net zero, nature-positive country. When we left the EU, the government promised to follow the science on bee-killing pesticides. It said its decisions about emergency authorisations would be guided by two expert bodies, the Health and Safety Executive and the Expert Committee on Pesticides. Both of these expert bodies recommended that emergency authorisations for neonic bee-killing pesticides should not be given for sugar beets in January last year. So DEFRA has lifted a ban on neonics against the overwhelming advice of its own expert bodies, which it said it would be guided by. That suggests that this decision was a political one, not a scientific one. I believe the government does not have the support of the public, the majority of beekeepers, all farmers, or I suspect the support of all their own MPs in authorising the use of bee-killing pesticides. So my proposal to the Minister is that future authorisations of bee-killing pesticides should be subject to a parliamentary vote. I would like this to be a vote where MPs have a genuine opportunity to weigh up the pros and cons of using neonicotinoids. If the government wants to continue using bee-killing pesticides, we must make it politically impossible for them to do so. We must ensure that the public know that this is an annual decision that is taken, and for MPs of every party to be clear with their constituents about whether they support it or not. If bee-killing pesticides are still to be used, then we are really in danger of not meeting our obligations under the 25-year Environment Plan, the Environment Act, or the declaration of a climate and nature emergency that Parliament passed in 2019.